Today, litigating attorney and expert Daniel Paz is going to help you to make sure you never ever get a professional tenant in your property. Let's jump in.
Investing Secrets with Kevin Attride.
I'm Kevin Attride, and I'm on a mission to help you with investing secrets, empowering you to succeed financially, changing your financial perspective and growing your wealth in good times and in bad. And when the next crisis comes, those prepared to weather the storm will achieve great success while the world melts with fear.
Professional tenants, are the tenants that come around, they just jump from property to property, and they never seem to stick, and they never seem to pay the rent or do what they were supposed to do pursuant to the terms of the lease. So how do you prevent those from getting on your property? And the way you do that is you start at the very beginning. You have a proper screening of your prospective residents, these professional tenants. You do a background check. You have an application process. And that application process provides very basic information that allows you, your property management company, to do a proper vetting of that resident. We're talking about names, birth dates, social security numbers, rental history, employment history, criminal history. You want to gain all that information to give you as complete a picture of your prospective resident as possible. You also want to ask them questions about, have they been evicted before? Have they filed bankruptcy before? Have they had their property foreclosed on before? All those type of questions are allowed, and it will provide you a guidance into what potential residents you're going to have. And with that information, your property management company will be able to do a credit check, a background check, and see if there's any red flags that pop up. You'd be surprised, how many times a person has been evicted from a property and yet they'll still continue to apply to live at a rental property. And those are the residents that you don't want. It also provides you the ability to deny them their application. And as the old saying goes, it's a lot easier to keep them off your property than it is to get them off your property once they get on your property. Because once they get on, they have rights. They have state rights that you'll have to address. But when it comes to the actual vetting of the property and protecting yourself from these professional renters, it starts by having a proper application process in place.
And there are more investing secrets that are quite powerful for you to build and maximize your wealth. As a matter of fact, I've created a free guide to help you to be more effective in your investing journey. It's called The Top Investing Hacks the exclusive rich are not telling us. And I want you to take action right now by clicking the link in the description below. I want you to have this exclusive access so that you can understand the strategies and the tactics the rich use to maximize and grow their wealth. All right, it's time for you to experience financial freedom.
The information contained in this episode are opinions not to be used as individual guidance. As always, consult your own financial team for your investment decisions.